Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Around the Minors. I was about to say it for our other show. That was kind of.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Um, so last week we introduced ourselves, kind of like it's kind of interesting last week because we went over a little dumpster fire in Danville. The dumpster fire that we know as Newfoundland as well. So, do you want to make any comments on those right now, or?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think we've addressed our 2 cents many times, even before their season even started.
yep.
God, that's sad.
I don't think they're gonna last as much longer.
I wish them luck. I really
Yeah,
do.
I do too.
Love hockey. I wish them luck, and I hope things work out for them. But I don't even see for attendance wise if they can't do something, they're going to lose
What's the
attendance.
most they had so far?
They actually sold out there.
They sold out, but the thing
Really?
is, even if they're selling out, if you don't have, you got to win too.
You gotta win games.
You got to win. You got to have a lot of things. Yeah. There's more to it than just the attendance.
You gotta do all the other stuff to keep the
Because
people in.
what's the ticket prices down there?
It's actually the same,
Or
if not less than what the Danville Dashes were.
So if
Which-
they're running it cheaper, you still, if you would technically have to probably sell it to make revenue.
Yeah. And especially,
And that's what we were saying in our other show is for them to make it, they'd have to probably sell out
I'm
every
actually
game.
going to their site right now.
and it's especially if I'm hearing correctly too, they've had a lot of problems even getting
Oh, come on.
food into the arena.
Right.
So that's getting food in the arena is very, very huge problem because that's where you make most of your money.
Yep.
Ticket prices, get tickets is $5 to $10
Starting at 5.
to $10
So so you'd have to sell out.
every single night.
Yeah, that's something that's unheard of, especially even in the FBHL where costs are significantly less than the SBHL.
Yeah.
That's I don't know how they're gonna do it, especially
Good luck.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good luck with
luck.
them. That's
Good luck to the Bobcats, the Vermilion County Bobcats.
but that's
They play the 20th at home. The weekend of the Thanksgiving.
which by the way, guys, we will be at Comic-Con in Port Huron. I know a lot of you won't, especially the newer viewers won't be in town, but we will be at the Port Huron Comic-Con on November 20th. And what?
I just got the giggles.
God. We got a distractor over here already started.
Yes.
Of course, that's my mother too. But no, Mom, that's no guests tonight.
You got my hello finally?
That's weird. We don't have any comments.
Yeah, they're not coming up on yours.
Which is weird.
Hit the refresh.
But
That can happen too.
anyways, as we get upstairs, we got people watching a Gilmore Girls. But anyways, so what's your thoughts? Where should we start tonight? Excuse me.
I say start at Chris's girlfriend's house.
We got some funny men over here.
Hey, you put it out there.
Y'all are fun.
Yeah, let's start with the ECHL.
No, we gotta do it in the order, that part, when we get to that.
Okay.
So it's
You
either-
start with the low league and,
Alright, we'll start from the low up. Because last week I think we started from the.
No, we started with
Oh, low up?
FPHL.
Well, at least here's our new logo for our this series. At least, what do you guys think of the new logo?
Pretty cool, actually.
But yeah, we are starting at the FPHL tonight.
It only took you, what, 5 years to
We got
make
somebody.
it?
Well, you know what?
Hickles.
Heckler's that. Yes, he is a heckler.
Boo.
But anyways, we're starting the FPHL tonight, guys. We had some quite interesting FPHL action this weekend,
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Wow.
and I want
And,
to
and actually, from what I'm understanding, our referees weren't the only bad ones this weekend.
right. I do want to bring up this video for the people that didn't see it last night, though.
The little line brawl we had.
Yeah,
Right in front of us, too.
that was actually from the Columbus versus Port Huron games on Saturday, Colin.
Oh, we got somebody from Columbus.
And thank you for digging the logo. But yeah, that's right after Jace Krupp scored for the River Dragons, and that's kind of when things started going downhill during that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot better than Friday night game.
Yeah.
Kurt says.
The wing game at 7:30 versus Edmonton.
But yeah, that's let's going into the other games though. Especially the I know going into the other games we didn't have exactly the best at refereeing. We had a lot of missed calls, a lot of I'm gonna say it, bullshit.
And like we said too, it just, so everybody knows, we're not just saying missed calls on us. It was also on the the other
Yeah.
team. And that's what gets the guys fired up, where they, things go wrong eventually because they start taking matters in their own hand. It's not just the calls that weren't called for us. It's the calls that weren't called for even the Dragons, and
Yeah.
I don't want people thinking that we're favoring our Port Huron team, but the officiating was really, really bad Friday night, very
Alright.
bad.
Plus, it'll get the frustration of the players, and then
Yeah.
after that, and the fans will start getting into it.
But the one thing that I want to congratulate though is Binghamton. They set the new record for the FPHL this weekend for attendance in one game.
Yep, 5,000.
48-53 what came through the doors. That is unheard of for this league. Even in Carolina and Elmira, where they had the capacity, or even Columbus.
Yeah.
So hitting 4,800, but then again, that's a former AHL market though as well.
Yep.
So for them, that's not as uncommon to hit that kind of.
Right.
For this league wise.
For this league, it's uncommon, but for that city specifically is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's
Yeah, but I have to say congratulations, because at least Carolina don't hold the record no more.
right. But
Or not Carolina. Yeah, it was that had the record, isn't it?
yeah,
Carolina? Yeah, they did. For the most attendance.
Now they can't brag about that no more.
but going into Friday's games though, Port Huron took Columbus to overtime and actually won 3-2, despite some contradictions. And then Binghamton beat Delaware 6-4, and Carolina fell at the hands of Watertown Wolves on Friday night, 6-4.
Who?
Carolina.
Oh.
So that's kind of an interesting one because they used to give Watertown such a huge,
Run for their money.
yeah.
Yeah, but again, I will say for Carolina and all the teams, a lot of our players are up in the SPHL right now.
Right.
And even if you don't lose a lot of your players, even if you lose one or two, you got to get your guys got to get used to playing together again. Maybe give them some time, to get used to playing, because a lot of this changes were at the last minute, just before the season started.
And it's, we definitely are happy for them though.
Yeah.
But like you said, it takes a lot to revamp.
You gotta get that chemistry going with the new players.
But,
Once-
what?
Once everybody starts clicking, you gotta get going now. It's like bam, bam, bam.
Exactly.
Like that's what happened in 2019 before everything shut down. We had a really good, stable Port Huron team.
Yeah.
Could have had a partial winning the whole thing.
Carolina might argue with that one, but who knows, right?
Oh, we got a question.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. There,
Yeah,
because they sold all those tickets to get their sellout.
Yeah.
A lot of those type of event night, like military night, the tickets are given to the your military group and all that.
But-
I think that's what we were looking at too ourselves. Because even when we used to have giveaways like that, that boosts your attendance, and it's not really a sold ticket.
But
Grant you, it's
yeah.
fans in the seats,
But Columbus is capable of doing that, though.
yes,
Too.
Columbus is. Columbus has got a good,
Fan base.
and a great marketer.
Yeah, that's their promoter is.
Their promoter is really good because look what he did with Carolina too. When he went in there.
Scott Brand, if you're watching,
Yeah.
hello.
By the
But I
Columbus.
will disagree with Scott Brand this weekend about how Port Huron cheated.
Yeah, first game was the best referee he's ever seen.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that we're not gonna get into that one. I'm just gonna cut that loose and let right now. I know you're gonna say much more, but it's just like that was just a.
Oh,
Watertown notice if they seem to draw an even number of fans at a game. We won't get into a subject about Watertown because there's a lot of
Stuff
things
going
we
on.
don't agree with Watertown. My biggest one is I don't think a commissioner should be even part owner of a team because of conflict of interest. Just
Right.
my opinion. Watertown seems we always say get away with more than they should.
And this is the only league where the commissioner can be an owner, and also this is the only league where you can have multiple owners, where you can have one owner owning multiple teams as well.
Right. That I kind of don't have an issue with because this league ain't gonna sprout if they aren't doing what they're doing. But at least I noticed ours doesn't. It tries to stay neutral on that part. That's why I put somebody else in charge of the hiring and firing of the players. The GM is in charge of all that.
Right.
And he don't get too far involved in that. But yeah, I just don't think a commissioner should be
Right.
involved in a team.
And that's what I like about Andreas owning Watertown and Binghamton, is that he's actually unbiased in that part.
That's what I'm saying. Even Barry, owns multiple teams, and from what I've seen out of the years with Prowlers, he don't get involved in that part.
He just wants all his teams to succeed.
Succeed.
Yeah.
Because that's his money. That's his, what lines his pocketbook.
Exactly. Getting back into this, Saturday night, Port Huron again beat Columbus by the same score, 32, but
In regulation,
in regulation this time, which is kind of much needed.
which
Espe-
looked like it was going to be that nail biter, and somebody got punched almost for calling that nasty bad word.
Oops.
So
And then Watertown beat Carolina again 5-3, and Binghamton with their first home game of the season on Saturday, winning 5-4 over Delaware. And this is where Delaware they started off weak, but now they're getting in their stride. They might be still losing, but
They're starting.
and they're getting their players back, so they're hitting their stride. It's gonna be just like us last year, where we lost our first 4 or 6 before we started hitting our stride.
yeah,
Yep.
So it's
At least it's a longer season.
and going into that as well, Danbury sits in first with a record of 1-0-1-0, and sitting second is Watertown 3-1, and third Binghamton 3-1, fourth Carolina 2-2, 5th, Port Huron 1-1, 1-1. In 6th is Columbus 0-1, 0-1. And in 7th is Delaware 0-4. So let's see how that turns out next week. And we hope for the best. We want a
Yeah.
competitive season no matter what.
Yes.
So, with that being said, we are going over to the SPHL. That's definitely a quicker episode this season. This episode, right?
Well, last week we had more like we
Technology
said.
issues.
It's not even the technology issues. We introduced ourselves, and, you know.
Right. But now it's with this. Unfortunately, I did promise the fight from Justin Portillo, but unfortunately I could not find that again. I think it was taken down. Unfortunately, because it's something that was held accountable against him, and the league still had not decided on what they were going to do with it. So I think that's why it was taken down. But I agree he should have gotten a penalty because he cross-checked someone into the ice.
Yeah.
And he, like you said before yesterday's episode too, he could have been defending one of his teammates.
Right. You know, it's unfortunately we don't always see the whole side of everything that happened. But I agree. I don't agree on those type of hits. You know, he's a great player. He you know, but sometimes it's nice to also know what leads up to what happened. Because just like in our games, you know, that's what we were talking about earlier. Sometimes the bad officiating, finally a player gets frustrated and takes matters into their own hands, which isn't a good thing either.
Exactly.
You know, but we don't know what the whole issue is because all you saw is even the announcer saying, quick glimpse in the corner, look what happened. But you never saw the other part.
Dang.
Exactly. And with that too, another sad situation. Macon had to switch some games up this weekend too. Roanoke took their games going. I want to say, yeah. God, sorry. Roanoke took several games of Macon's this past weekend, and they, going out to Huntsville. So that's kind of a more financial instability right now, and instability in finding riders for the team.
Right. What was the reason for that?
They just couldn't go out again. They couldn't find the transportation again.
Okay, still no transportation.
Oh, no
Yeah.
transportation yet.
So that's just a bad situation. And
Yeah.
what's going to go on with these teams if they can't go on, right?
Yeah. Anybody know what the reason why their transportation pulled out on them, or?
As far as I know, it's that they just didn't have the drivers.
Okay.
Oh, shortage.
Yeah.
What team? Bobcats?
Making mayhem.
Making mayhem?
Yeah. But anyways,
And good luck to them guys too.
Yeah.
You know, I hope things work out.
But I do want to get into at least Friday's games before we go to break. Fayetteville Marksmen traveled to Knoxville to eventually lose 3-2 to the Ice Bears. Macon Mayhem made the one trip to Huntsville, losing 6-1, but had to come back immediately. And then the first game was a sellout for the Bobcats, Vermilion County, and they played host to Evansville Thunderbolts. Ended up getting shut out 5-0. And Peoria, Rivermen, and Quad City Storm. Has anybody actually seen how much these two teams hate each other?
I noticed that.
Yeah.
It's like they will literally slit each other's throats because of how close they are.
Okay,
And,
well that's the thing. Look at when we had the team at Flint. That's why I really do miss the Flint team. You know, it was brutal. You know, Port Huron and Flint.
Never
you know,
like each other.
but their fans are really nice fans. 'Cause
Yeah.
they were.
When we went to a game, me and my son, and when he was young, and a fan come up to my kid and said Port Huron sucks and made my kid cry. And yeah, that caused a fight. Their own fans went after the guy. You know, said you don't talk to it. You know, they agree you don't talk to a kid like that. You know,
The closest rival team we have right now in our league is the River Dragons.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the Quad City versus Peoria. That's a lethal series. And it's Quad City pulled this one out on Friday 2-1, and Pensacola Ice Flyers traveled to Birmingham Bulls and pulled out a 5-1 win on there. And with that being said, too, we will get to Saturdays and Sundays games here after the break. But remember, go to MainStreetBlueWater.com for all our merch. Even if you want to see something paranormally, we have merch for that, for Blue Water Paranormal Research. We also have all our shows, as well as if you need any, let's just go with it. If we want to help with your paranormal investigations, we got it on there. So it's we have all your needs, all your nerd needs as well on there. So with that being said, we'll see you.
Hello, Kevin.
Yeah, we can't forget about Kevin. So hi.
Hello.
And with that being said, though, we'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Don't forget.
Hey guys, it's Crystal from the Port Huron Prowlers. Back to you from behind the scenes. I'm with Mitz today, and Mitz and I are here to give you guys some examples of things the guys would like on the bus trip. Mitz, do you think the guys would like granola bars? What about fruit and vegetables? Okay, not vegetables, but how about fruit? Cases of water? What about some Powerade and Gatorade? Well, there you have it. Some true facts of what Mitz thinks our boys should have on the road trips. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember One Love Weekly used to be called One News Weekly. Well, that was season 1, and now we're coming into season 2. We've changed up the format, and we're bringing the news to you in a more personal issue. We're going to give you more real-life situations to react to these news stories and how you can love thy neighbor more. And I'm excited to bring on my co-host and correspondent, Kelly.
That's me. Hey, wherever you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform suits your fancy, just make sure that you give us a subscribe and a follow and a share and whatever else you want to do. Make sure that you tell your friends about us.
And I hope you enjoy for the future episodes.
Hey, this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Houndwoods Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.
Yeah, talk about it.
And welcome back from that commercial break. We had Matt. Give me a lot of information on that because I have yet to hear about that.
Yeah.
Because that's with Making Mayhem possibly going to the Fed. So that'll be another big blow to the SPHL. That'll be a
Yeah.
huge
Pick up
blow.
for the feds.
And with the SPHL, that used to be Macon used to be their flagship franchise down there.
And I had to say too, if you notice that, the feds and SPHL are constantly fighting over territory
Yeah,
right now.
Yep.
and
I
it
want
wouldn't.
this, I want that.
What?
Who?
What?
I don't know.
But with that, it wouldn't have been that way if they didn't. The SPHL didn't come up to Illinois and Indiana.
Yeah.
If you notice, that's when stuff started going down.
Yeah.
And because the Fed was respecting the SPHL and up until that point.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Trying to stay up in the northern area.
oh.
from the sounds of it, it's okay. That would make sense because it's and let's hope that they can come down to the FPHL
Yeah.
after that because it saved them a lot of money. And Don, even though we hate Don, he does want his franchise to survive.
Yeah.
So he will make sure that they survive year to year
Yeah.
if he can make it feasible. Which, look at how long Delaware has lasted so far.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. And he tried to get North Shore, which was St. Clair Shores, to be
But-
feasible.
But like I said, unfortunately, North Shore, like we said though, was another one that they just didn't have the arena capacity
Oh,
Right.
to even for us.
you just answered your bus trip thing.
And yeah, it's which is another thing. It's they couldn't afford the road trip, so that makes another sense as well. But the thing is, where will they make up those games down the road? That's a whole other question within itself.
Yeah.
Because it's
Because if they're already having financial issues with, for the, for the road trips too, it sounds like is what you're saying. How would you make up games later if you're having financial problems?
exactly, and it's makes me scratch my head, makes me wonder where it all went wrong. Because it's like I said, Macon used to be the most stable team down there in the SPHL.
But the economy changes.
Yeah, true.
You gotta think we have, a smaller arena than a lot of the places. That's another reason why, I could see too big of a league coming here. We did support OHL and UHL at one time, but from what I understand, it was barely.
Right.
The attendance had to be high
To keep
to keep it going. And that's what was saving us because there is enough hockey fans if it's good quality hockey,
Exactly.
to support a team. But if we lose our fan base, it would not happen.
Yep.
The whole thing on that is the fan base.
Which luckily, with the Prowlers fan base, that it's been very supportive
Yeah.
Oh yeah. For the-
and only going up. That's,
that wasn't.
but with that though, too, let's go into Saturday's game for the SPHL. The Ice Bears ended up knocking off the Fayetteville Marksmen 3-1. Huntsville knocked off Roanoke, the Rail Yard Dogs 2-1. With 45 shots, Quad City Storm knocked off the Vermilion County Bobcats 8-1. Pensacola Ice Flyers knocked off Birmingham 4-2. And Peoria knocked off Evansville Thunderbolts 3-1. Sorry guys, but yeah, we're very proud of them as well, Matt, and I'm happy to call them my hometown team.
How many seasons now? 7.
This is our 7th season here.
Yeah.
Isn't it the second longest now?
We are the longest besides Watertown.
No, he means for our team
Port
staying in Port
Huron.
Huron.
Oh yeah, Port Huron, yeah. Because it's the original flags that are the longest now, besides us.
20.
So yeah, almost 20 years for the original flags,
We're about to
which
hit 10.
was in the original International Hockey League.
Yeah.
So that's an accomplishment within itself. Going into Sunday's game, there was only 2 games for the SPHL, with Knoxville falling at the hands of the Fayetteville Marksmen 3-1, and the Huntsville Havoc obliterating Roanoke Railroad Dogs in the shootout, 4-3. How does the arena feel now with the new renovation? Do you think it has helped revitalize?
Honestly, I don't think that's changed anything. Because again, it's most of the people that are still coming are the original
People.
fans. That's me. I've been working silver sticks in that hockey arena for years and everything. So it hasn't changed much, but it is a totally different atmosphere with the new lighting, the new seats. It's really nice. It is.
And it's definitely it's revitalized us in a way for New Hopes.
Yeah.
It's that we
Plus,
can
we just had a concert of the American Sticks.
But that has to do with the people they put in charge of it, and they got rid of the board. They had to put everything past beforehand before they could do anything. Now that they got rid of that and gave more control over the people that run it, concerts are going to start coming back.
exactly.
Everything had to be approved beforehand,
Yeah.
majorly. It still has to go through somewhat of an approval state, but the people in charge now have more pull.
It has to go through less people.
Yeah, it's a lot less. It had to go through a whole committee before.
And with that, though, I think eventually down the road it will revitalize our community. People just need to gain the faith that these new seats, these new lights,
Yeah.
won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So and also they've been painting every year, so that's a plus. So
Yeah. That's again, like I said, with the people running it,
The recreation
taking
department.
care of it, taking care of it.
I'm glad that Nancy took her in the recreation department. Is doing a lot of stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Unfortunately, they had some really nice people running it before her, or in charge. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, those people had to go through the committee to get everything
Yeah.
approved. Their hands were more tied.
Then she can.
Than hers are. They're giving her more pull.
See, even a little kid agrees.
but with that, though,
Okay, on to the standings.
Huntsville Havoc sits atop the SPHL right now, still undefeated 8-0. They are a force to be reckoned with, going 33 goals for with 16 against. And then the next is Quad City Storm. I always want to call them the Mallards, just because of the history.
Yep.
The Quad City Storm sits in second with 6-1-0-1, and they are the most penalized team in the SPHL right now, with 218 penalty minutes.
Holy cow!
Yeah, they love their fighting. I'll just be honest, they love their fighting down there. And then sitting in third is Evansville Thunderbolts, 6-2. Fourth, Knoxville Ice Bears, 5-2. In fifth, Fayetteville Marksmen, 5-2. In sixth, the Pensacola Ice Flyers, with a record of 4-2-1. In seventh, Peoria Rivermen, 3-2. In eighth, Birmingham Bulls, 1-4-3. In ninth, Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs, 0-2-1 and 3. Macon Mayhem sits in 10th with a record of 0-5-1. And Million County Bobcats bring up the rear in 11th with a record of 0-6. Let's just hope that bottom four really makes a comeback towards the middle of the season.
Fun fact: some of the Prowlers players are on the Ice Flyers.
we have a lot of players spread out through that whole league.
Yeah.
So it's because we have David Nippard on the coast. I can't remember exactly which one, but I know he's on the coast.
The East Coast.
Yeah, with one of those couple that are sitting on the coast.
We got mainly almost everybody's in the SPHL, isn't it?
And-
Because they're short-handed.
Yeah, and then Pensacola does have a lot of FPHL guys right now, especially coming from Columbus as well. So that's another thing is they have they know how to recruit.
Yes.
Pensacola, I give them props. They are probably one of the best scouting teams out there in the SPHL.
Yeah, they are definitely.
And Huntsville, yes, they're in first right now with an undefeated record, but their scouting department is not as good as Pensacola's. Because for one, not many people want to go down to the swamps of Florida right now to play hockey. And so to have that along with a winning record, you have to give them props for that.
What part of Florida are they in?
Pensacola, so that's kind of like in the
Clearwater area?
like the Panhandle of Florida right now.
Oh, Miami and that.
Yeah. No, the Panhandle, like Tallahassee.
Oh, farther north.
Yeah.
Okay, towards Tennessee and that.
Now we are going on to the ECHL.
Hello, Alexander Harris.
Ooh. So, with that being said, though, this week got started Wednesday early. And I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really heard much of that, the change from the ECHL this year, this week. But other than the Growlers are still playing in Toronto right now, which is still a sad situation.
My buddy Todd, he's on there. He was on the show last week.
Yeah?
I want to say go Growlers.
Yep.
Yeah, he plays for them.
Okay. That's interesting. I feel bad for that situation for him. But with that being said, though,
He's a good player.
I know I saw some stuff that was popped up from them this week, though, and
Isn't that one of the new teams?
the Growlers won the Cup 2019 in their first year. So 2018-2019 was their very first season.
Oh, okay. So they didn't have it. They didn't play last year because the whole thing.
Your big head's in the way.
It's always in the way.
Shoots a dunk saved by Tequila Double hand snap for sack. Wants to run down the left side, gives up, punches in return to Cockrell, and Gillum sprawls to make the paddle save.
Who? That's a heck of a name to pronounce. I do like this.
Grizzlies scored 2 goals here in the span of a couple minutes. shoots and he scores! Joe Whitbar with the fist bump, and the Heartlanders offense is up and running and deep. Reaver at the slot, breakaway from the slot in. Great shot over the glove hand to Morris.
Peter Tischke hands off to Graham Knott, who gets over the line in the slot. Opportunity, big rebound, Knott scores!
Oh, that was nice.
That was a beauty. Yeah. All right.
What's up with the Nets being blue in that league?
Have you noticed their primary color, dude?
Oh. Nope. I just noticed the goalpost is blue.
But no, yeah, that's a thing there. It's
A lot of blue in their logo.
But yeah, the ECHL is known for their blue stuff. So that's even a lot of the pillars on the glass and arenas is blue as well.
I noticed the glass and all that, but I just didn't know about the net.
But yeah, what do you think of those goals and saves, guys?
Especially the last one there, that backhanded goal. Kind of a beauty.
And with that, though, we will dive deep into these scores. Starting out on Wednesday, Toledo Walleye knocked off the Indy Fuel 4-1, and South Carolina Stingrays knocked off the Greenville Swamp Rabbits 1-0. And I know you're gonna laugh at that one again.
Yeah. I like that name.
What the heck is a swamp rabbit?
That's what I'm wondering myself.
Where are they from?
Greenville.
Greenville, what?
Swamp rabbits.
It's Greenville in South
see.
Carolina, I think.
Okay.
It's either North Carolina or South Carolina.
Well,
What?
there is a Greenville, Michigan.
Yeah, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
While you're looking that up, Norfolk Admirals beat Orlando Solar Bears 3-1. Cincinnati Cyclones beat the Iowa Heartlanders 5-3. And again on Thursday, Tulsa Oilers beat the Idaho Steelheads 2-1. And
I guess, if you look at that logo too, if you put a hat on it, it'd make me think of the hat tricks.
and with that though, we do have an important thing going on with the Cincinnati Cyclones. Brian Wilson, a goalie, that'll make you happy, Matt, got signed by the Cincinnati Cyclones going up from the SPHL. So it's going to be a great week for signings going up there.
I got the reason.
With that, though, going into Friday, Adirondack Thunder lost in the Newfoundland Growlers 4-1. Reading Royals beat the Trios Rivieras Lions 4-3. Toledo knocked off Kalamazoo 6-4. The Indy Fuel knocked off Iowa Highlanders 6-3. Florida Everblades knocked off Maine Mariners 4-1. The Atlanta Gladiators knocked off Jacksonville Icemen 3-0. The Norfolk Admirals knocked off the Orlando Solar Bears in overtime 6-5. Fort Wayne Comets, our favorite team right there, knocked off Cincinnati 4-2. Allen Americans knocked off the Wichita Thunder 3-1. And Utah Grizzlies knocked off the Rapid City Rush 5-2. And we will finish up.
I do have the history of why they named it.
We will get to that right after commercial break. But with that, remember, guys, go to MainStreetBrewTheWater.com. All your hockey and paranormal needs, as well as let's be honest, we have a Pokemon League that we run. That goes off the website as well. So definitely check into that as well. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember One Love Weekly used to be called One News Weekly. Well, that was season 1, and now we're coming into season 2. We've changed up the format, and we're bringing the news to you in a more personal issue. We're gonna give you more real-life situations to react to these news stories, and how you can love thy neighbor more. And I'm excited to bring on my co-host and correspondent, Kelly.
That's me. Hey, wherever you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform suits your fancy, just make sure that you give us a subscribe and a follow and a share and whatever else you want to do. Make sure that you tell your friends about us.
And I hope you enjoy for the future episodes.
Hey, this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Hollywood Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.
Otherwise, I had to start your mama jokes on here. I was gonna say your mom was. I was gonna,
Hey,
then I
you were
realized
right.
your mom was on. I didn't realize.
Wow. That is one way to come back from break. And I am embarrassed now. Anyways, on Saturday.
I'm crying. Crying.
Saturday.
Trios Rivers Lions knocked off Reading Royals in shootout 4-3. Adirondack Thunder knocked off the Newfoundland Groundlers 6-4. The South Carolina Stingrays knocked off Jacksonville 5-2. Florida knocked off Worcester Railers 4-2. Fort Wayne knocked off the Wheeling Nailers 5-2. The Toledo Walleye knocked off the Kalamazoo Wings 6-0. Cincinnati knocked off Iowa 6-1. Kansas City Mavericks knocked off the Illinois Americans 7-5. That was another high-scoring game.
Yeah, it is.
Tulsa knocked off Idaho 4-1, with Utah knocking off Rapid City Rush to 4-3 to finish off Saturday. Going into Sunday's games, Newfoundland knocked off Adirondack 5-0. Atlanta and Greenville got another high punching match with Atlanta winning 7-5. Florida knocking off Worcester 4-1. South Carolina knocking off Jacksonville 4-3 in the shootout. Wheeling knocking off Indy 5-2. Idaho Steelheads beating the Tulsa Oilers 2-1. The Wichita Thunder beat the Kansas City Mavericks 3-1 in the final game on Sunday. Fort Wayne Comics beating Toledo Walleye 5-2. And we have the Orlando Solar Bears playing the Jacksonville Icemen at this very moment.
I was
So,
wondering about that. That
Yeah.
was like a delay or something.
but no, they should be starting at 7 though right now, with several other games starting up on throughout the rest of the night. And in the ECHL North Division, Newfoundland sits in first, with Reading Royals in second, followed by Adirondack in third, Maine in fourth, Trios River Lions in fifth, with the Wheeling Railers in sixth. In the South Division, Norfolk sits in first, with Florida sitting in second, South Carolina in third, Atlanta sitting in fourth, Jacksonville sitting in fifth, Orlando sitting in sixth, and Greenville Swamp Rabbits in seventh.
Swamp Rabbits.
In the Central Division, Toledo sits atop at number 1, with Fort Wayne Comets in second, the Cincinnati sitting in third, Wheeling sitting in fourth, Indy in fifth, Kalamazoo in sixth, and the Iowa Highlanders sitting in seventh. The Mountain Division, Utah sits atop at number 1, Tulsa number 2, Idaho at 3, Kansas City Mavericks sitting at number 4, Allen Americans at 5, Rapid City Rush at number 6, and finally at number 7 is the Wichita Thunder. And guess what, guys? We have officially come
Man,
to what?
they got a Harry Potter night at the Swamp Rabbits game.
I'm going there. Let's go to Swamp Rabbits, guys.
Oh, I'm looking at the merchandise.
Sorry, Gary, you can't go to the game.
Is it because I'm not a wizard?
I like their shop thing. It's like walk into the hop shop.
Walk it? What? Seriously?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, I guess that's a good thing then. But, anyways.
I'll stop being sidetracked.
Yeah, because we got to get done.
Okay.
Going into the American Hockey League, there's not much besides the scores coming out of that league, which is good. Lee Valley Phantoms play the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins on Wednesday, shutting the Penguins out 4-0 in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Rochester Americans beating the Bellevue Senators 4-3 in Rochester. Colorado Eagles beat the Texas Stars 4-1 in Loveland, Colorado. The Ontario Reign beat the Henderson Silver Knights 5-2 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And the Stockton Heat beat the San Jose Barracuda 4-1 in San Jose. Going to Thursday night, we have no games for Thursday. Going to Friday, the Bellevue Senators knocked off the Cleveland Monsters in Cleveland 6-2. And the Hartford Wolfpack beating the Bridgeport Islanders 7-4 in Hartford, Connecticut. And the Grand Rapids Griffins in overtime beating Iowa Wild in Des Moines, Iowa. And the Syracuse Crunch losing to the Utica Comets 6-3 in Syracuse, New York. And the Toronto Marlies beating the Rochester Americans 4-1 in Rochester, New York. The Springfield Thunderbirds beating the Hershey Bears 3-2 in overtime in Massachusetts. The Providence Bruins knocking off the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins 6-2 in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. The Milwaukee Admirals knocking off the Manitoba Moose in Milwaukee, Wisconsin 2-1 in overtime. And the Henderson Silver Knights knocking off the Tuscan Roadrunners 3-0 in Las Vegas, Nevada. And in the shootout, San Diego Gulls defeating the Bakersfield Condors 3-2 in San Diego. And finishing up Friday night, Stockton beating Abbotsford Canucks 3-2. Sorry. And with that being said, we have our own Mike Gremmett updating for us with his
everybody on Around the Miners. This is your boy Mike Gremmett, known as Carolina Fan. Every time I come on the Main Street Power Podcast and do my Thug Dizzle. But today we're going Around the Miners, and so we're going to talk about the San Diego Gulls for a minute. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on that nice incident that happened on Saturday night in Vermillion. So let's start off with the San Diego Gulls and the AHL first. The San Diego Gulls play in a nice little arena called Pechanga Arena. How do you pronounce it? But the casino is in Temecula, California. So they are in the AHL or the American Hockey League. They are in the Pacific Division. Yes, there's hockey in California and out in the West Coast. Don't judge us. We love hockey. Me being a Reading fan favorite and a Fort Huron Prowler native of loving hockey, I had to go watch a game. I had the privilege to watch a game in San Diego. And I will tell you the truth, there are very big fans down there. Right now, the Gulls sit in 9th place in their division. With 61 games remaining, they are 2-5 and only have 4 points. Their leading scorer is Jacob Perreault, who has 8 points, has 3 goals, 5 assists. The second leading scorer is Braden Tracy, who has 1 goal, 4 assists for 5 points. And they have Danny O'Regan, who has 1 goal, 3 assists. Now I gotta admit, Pechanga Arena is loud with Gulls fans. You can't tell these Gulls fans no different. The San Diego isn't home to them. Now I gotta admit, since the Chargers were left, San Diego would have to go for something. So the Gulls is the place to go. You wanna watch some AHL hockey. Now the Gulls remind me of the Providence second season. Is when it started fast with small, quick guys, and hopefully they'll blossom good, as they should. Now, as for the Vermillion Bobcat incident, and I will speak on this very slightly, the 8-1 blowout was caused a lot of ruckus and a lot of tension on that arena for the Bobcats, who, for starters, haven't really had a home game yet. I believe they have. Chris can quote me on that. But as to my knowledge, they haven't had a home game yet. Oh, I'm sorry, they did have it. They had one on Saturday. Oh, during an incident. Well, I don't know. But anyways, anybody can lose their cool in the 8-1 incident. Anybody can. And what happened there does warrant a few suspensions. Now, the Portillo cross-check, yes, that's right, for Huron Prowler's own Justin Portillo, who had that cross-check in that game. What reason caused it, I don't know. I'm sure we'll see it on the show, and I'm sure you guys will see it in the show. And I won't, because this video is being pre-recorded. But hopefully the boys, that means Rob, Chris, and Damon, or the Blind Rev, because I'm sure he'll make their appearance for this one too. We'll catch some type of heads and tails from this, and we'll go from there. Hopefully things can come aboard and around, and they'll have great discussions. So fellas, what do you think about the San Diego Gulls? And I know maybe you will talk about it later on when I get down there. Or in all respect, what do you guys think about the incident that happened in Danville? Back to you guys.
And with that being said, too, I do have to admit, I do like the San Diego Gulls logo. So I have to agree with them on that one. That's a good logo. Kind of jealous.
Yeah.
And we already said a piece about the Bobcats issue. That's that's up to the league now. We don't know what's going to go on. But
Right.
with that though, on to Saturday's games for the AHL. The Texas Stars traveled to San Jose to whomp the Barracuda 7-3. And the Charlotte Checkers were at home in Charlotte, North Carolina, beating the Lee Valley Phantoms 7-3. Springfield Thunderbirds beat the Bridgeport Islanders in Bridgeport, Connecticut 4-1. The Bellevue Senators beat the Cleveland Monsters in Cleveland in the shootout 3-2. The Hartford Wolfpack beat the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins in Hartford 4-3. And the Providence shut out the Hershey Bears 3-0 in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Iowa Wild lost to the Milwaukee Admirals in Milwaukee 5-2. Grand Rapids Griffins beat the Rockford Ice Hogs in Rockford 2-1. Syracuse Crunch beat the Laval Rocket 4-0. The Utica Comets playing at home in Utica, New York against Toronto Marlies 5-2. The Manitoba Moose beat the Chicago Wolves at home 5-1 in Rosemont, Illinois. And the Stockton Heat beat the Botsford Canucks 2-1 at home in Stockton. The Ontario Reign beat the Bakersfield Condors in Bakersfield 6-3. The Henderson Silver Knights beat the Tuscan Roadrunners in overtime again 3-2. And the San Diego Gulls fell at the hands of Colorado Eagles in San Diego 3-2. And finally, Sunday's games. Sunday. Lee Valley Phantoms beat the Charlotte Checkers in Charlotte 5-3. Hartford Wolfpack lost to the Bridgeport Islanders 3-2. The Springfield Thunderbirds lost to Hershey Bears 5-3. Chicago Wolves beat the Milwaukee Admirals 4-2. The Rockford Ice Hogs beat the Manitoba Moose 4-3. Utica Comets beat the Laval Rocket 4-2. Ontario Reign beat Colorado Eagles 4-3. And finally, the San Jose Barracuda beat the Texas Stars 7-5. And let's get to these standings, guys. And sitting in first in the Atlantic Division, Springfield Thunderbirds, followed in second by the Hartford Wolfpack, and third is the Hershey Bears, and fourth is the Providence Bruins, and fifth is the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, and sixth is the Charlotte Checkers, and seventh is the Bridgeport Islanders, and finally, bring up the rear of the Atlantic Division, and eighth is the Lee Valley Phantoms. In the North Division, the Utica Comets are going off strong, undefeated, 7-0, setting them first. Rochester Americans following them, and second, Syracuse Crunch is in third, and fourth is the Cleveland Monsters, and fifth is the Toronto Marlies, and sixth is the Laval Rocket, and seventh is the Bellevue Senators. In the Central Division, in first, Chicago Wolves, and second is Iowa Wild, and third is the Manitoba Moose, and fourth is the Grand Rapids Griffins, and 5th is the Texas Stars, and 6th is the Rockford Ice Hogs, and 7th and final place of the Central is the Milwaukee Admirals. And finally, the Pacific. First in Ontario Reign, and second is Stockton Heat, and third is the Henderson Silver Knights, and fourth is the Bakersfield Condors, and fifth is the San Jose Barracuda, and sixth is the Oxford Canucks, and seventh is the Tuscan Roadrunners, and eighth is Colorado Eagles, and bringing up the rear is the San Diego Gulls, and ninth. So that was a mouthful for just standings alone.
Yes.
And I did forget something though, bringing that up too. For the AHL, there was a new team that was announced this past week.
Oh yeah?
If I can find it again.
See, I can be quiet.
You can never be quiet.
A new team for the ECHL, you said?
AHL.
I can probably look it up.
It's the one that brings that's going to be playing out of Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. Right here.
It is the Coachella Valley Firebirds. It's
Okay.
funny.
Oh,
Coachella Valley Firebirds. What do you think about that one,
If you
guys?
get your big head out of the way, it's on the screen behind you.
True. Forgot about that.
they got a
So,
nice arena though.
yeah, but what do you guys think about that, though? That's the Coachella Valley Firebirds.
I like it.
Hey, Grimma has another area to check out.
Yeah.
Palm Desert, California. That's not close to his area.
But that's definitely going to be a nice one. It's going to be for the Seattle Kraken.
That's gonna be the Harry Potter group.
Yep. Always.
You know.
What one's that one?
It's going to be for Harry Potter.
Oh,
But with that, though, we are off. We will be back with Main
Next
Street
week.
Prowlers on Monday. And then Around the Minors will be again next Tuesday. And with that being said, remember to go to MainStreetBlueWater.com for all your needs for at previous episodes, whether it be the Main Street Prowlers or the Around the Minors or any of our new shows that will be coming out.
fun fact.
Until Monday, we will miss you for hockey.
That would be the American League's 32nd team.
Well, not really. I got the beat. Oh, Elite Wrestling tomorrow, guys. If you're on wrestling. Hey. I can't believe I let myself get caught. That one was good.
Hey there, I'm Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
You might remember One Love Weekly used to be called One News Weekly. Well, that was season 1, and now we're coming into season 2. We've changed up the format, and we're bringing the news to you in a more personal issue. We're gonna give you more real-life situations to react to these news stories, and how you can love thy neighbor more. And I'm excited to bring on my co-host and correspondent, Kelly.
That's me. Hey, wherever you're listening to, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever platform suits your fancy, just make sure that you give us a subscribe and a follow and a share and whatever else you want to do. Make sure that you tell your friends about us.
And I hope you enjoy for the future episodes.
this is James Woolman here from Great Lakes Gaming. Are you looking for an excuse to get out of the house? Well, if so, we're your excuse. We have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering games all week long. We run leagues, and we're also open 7 days a week. Every Thursday, we are running disc golf leagues at Highland Woods Middle School from 5 to 7, all through the spring and summer. Recently, we have become part of the WPN network of Wizards of the Coast. We're going to be starting trivia on Tuesdays, and we run a Super Smash tournament the first Saturday of every month. So that should be plenty of reasons for you to get out of the house.